Guys, it's your girl G, coming back at you with another video. This is part two to the video I recorded last week called Relationship Glitch. And in that video I was explaining and telling a story about how my ex, I believe my ex is part of a Mandela effect for me. Like I told you, I have a lot of stories, and this is just another one of my stories. But he became a part of Mandela effect for me because late last year, he made a post on Facebook saying, he was celebrating his relationship with his now girlfriend, and they had been together. They was at the time they had been together 19 years. He was saying, like their happy anniversary, and he said, "I can't believe next year will make 20 years." Well, saying 2018 will make 20 years that they've been together, and so that just took me for a loop when he said that, because I remember them being together longer than that. So immediately I said, when he said that, after I just got my head together, like that, I was like, wow. And then I hit him up on Facebook and I said, congratulations. I said, but I said, you shocked me. I'm surprised you said that next year that it would just be 20 years. I said, I always assumed that y'all been together like for over 20 years, at least like 23 years. So he was like, no, um he said, next year make 20 years. We've been together since 1998. I said, 1998, are you sure? He was like, yeah. So, I should know how long me and my girlfriend been together, like that. So I was like, wow, I said, I distinctly remember y'all been together longer than that. So his girlfriend, like we're going to call her Candace. And, so she was like, she seen the post and she was like, why did she say that? She said, why does she think we've been together longer than that? We've only been, and she was like, she was agreeing with him. They've only been together since 1998. Total, I'm just mind blown because like I said, he and I dated in 1993. Um, we didn't date. We dated for a few months in 1993. Like I said before, when I met him, I was just coming out of a relationship and stuff like that, and in the relationship, it wasn't it wasn't a good one and stuff like that. So what I mean, I was on a rebound. That's the word I was looking for the word trying to say, but I was on a rebound. And so when I dated him, even though he was really good to me and he was really nice to me and we went out and had good times and stuff like that, and he doted on me and was really into me, he really liked me and stuff like that. I couldn't get into him because my heart still belonged to somebody else. And so, and my family was crazy about him. And like my friends was crazy about him. And then he really liked me and stuff like that. And I just couldn't get into him. And eventually I came to the point I was thinking to myself, like, I'm going to end this relationship. Nobody wanted me to do it. And when I talked to him about, he didn't want our relationship to end and stuff like that. But I just couldn't get into him like that. And I didn't feel the same, like that. Even though he was like really, really great, I wound up ending the relationship. Okay, but I always had, I don't want to say I was cocky, but I was kind of confident that just from the way he talked and the way he acted around me, that I felt like I could always revisit that relationship again. You know what I mean? But I just, at that time, I wasn't, like that. You know what I mean? That he was like my safe choice to pick. I hate to say that, but that's kind of how I felt, like a little bit like that. And then I started dating other people casually. And he started dating people casually. Like I said, it was 93. And it went off like that for 2 years and stuff like that. But between that 2 years and stuff, he continuously always tried to get back. Like, say he wanted us to get back together again. And that he really, wanted us to give it another try and stuff like that. He always doted on me. He was really nice to me, really good to me and everything. And like, he was really close to my family. He didn't, like, my family met him through me, but he wound up still sticking around and they liked him so much my brother started hanging out with him. My brother met him in 93 and just started, even after me and him stopped dating in 93, him and my brother became like really close friends. But until my brother passed away in the end of 1994, even after my brother passed away, Steve still came around because he was close to my mom and my sister. My whole family loved this guy. He was a great guy and stuff like that. So like I said, I dated casually different guys. And he dated girls casually and stuff like that. So during the course of that 2 years, 93 through 95, I started coming to a conclusion where I was like, dang, I'm still dating the same kind of guys. They don't really treat me right and stuff. Like, here I got this nice guy right here. He's good looking and stuff. He really likes me. So maybe I should give him a chance. That's when I approached him and sat him down at the table, like I said, in the video, and said, I was trying to tell him, getting around to saying I wanted us to rekindle our relationship, like that. Before I could even finish saying what I was saying, he stopped me and said he had met somebody else, and that he really liked her. He wanted to see where that relationship was going. And he told me, he's saying, actually, I knew her before I met you. And he said, but we've been friends and stuff like that. And he said, but she just came out of a relationship, so she didn't want to be she didn't want to jump from that into another relationship. He said, then I met you, and I started dating you. He said, but I always liked her. And, like that. He said, but I liked her. Okay? He did say that. And then he said, so now that I'm dating her, I want to see what is going, right? Like that. Okay, so that was back then. He did tell me that back then. That's the price, like, he did say to me. But now, like, current day, when we were when we was messaging each other on Facebook, and I was asking, like, and talking to him about this timestamp, about the date, how long they've been together and stuff like that. We kept going back and forth so much on Facebook till he actually picked up the phone and he started he called me. So we started, like, as we were talking, we start realizing that he remembered a lot of details, even some details more than I did about our relationship. But believe me, y'all, the timestamp was totally different. And I couldn't understand how come he would say that, because 93 and 98 is a period, that's 5 years. And I keep telling him, and I kept telling him, I said, that didn't happen. All those things didn't happen in the course of 5 years. It happened like in 2 years. And he was like, gee, I did not get with that girl until 1998, like that. So, like, he remembered detail, and he also remember the time that we dated. I keep saying we only dated a few months. We dated like 4 months, 4 or 5 months. He has us together like 6, 7 months. We never dated that long. You know what I mean? And even though I said like that, we didn't date that long. But he remembers the same details and stuff like that, but with a different timestamp, which is just crazy to me. And another thing, what I made reference to in the previous video is that he and like I'm steady sitting here telling y'all that he was really into me and he really liked me and he always doted on me, this and that and that and the other. And in this reality, when we were talking on the phone, child, that he doesn't remember it like that. Our relationship was more casual than that, and he wasn't. It wasn't like he wasn't really into me like that. He was more always into the girl Candace, even when he was dating me. Like that. That's and he wasn't trying to be smart. He wasn't trying. I don't feel like he was trying to. He was trying to get back at me and nothing like that. That's just how he was explaining. I didn't even say anything. Make reference to the fact that when we were on the phone talking, I didn't even make reference to the fact like what you chased me for like 2 years, and you always was wanting to get. I never said anything. I just was so like shocked by what he was saying. I just was listening to him. But from the way he was talking, what I gathered, it was like he was talking. My relationship was way more casual than that, and he didn't come off like. And here's another thing that he always used to do over the years, up until like recently, like that, over the years. Because like I said, we've been friends for over this 26 years. He would joke and used to always say, yeah, because like you broke my heart, because G always broke my heart, and I was in love. I was crazy about her. I was in love with her. He used to say that all the time. Even one time when I had way back in the day when we were dating, I had an aunt that got married, and I was like, we were watching a video, of her wedding and stuff like that. And I had made a point when he was over our house at the time, and we were all watching the video, like that of her wedding. And I was like, see, when I get married, I want my wedding to be just like that. He looked at me, he was like, don't worry, it will be. Like referencing me, like me and him would get married, and everybody started laughing because like that's how he was saying like, oh, trust me, we're gonna get married and all that stuff. That's how much he was into me. To hear him talk now, no, he was like, he liked me, but it wasn't all like that, because his heart was always set on the woman that he's with now, like that. So like I said, we still couldn't get the dates together and everything like that. Now, this is where I got him at, and this is where I really got him at. I was like, do you remember? I said, you see how you say that? I said, do you remember when I said, do you remember that time, Oh, and I'm gonna tell you this like too. Even though, like I said, when he let me down easily and everything, and when I tried to ask, could we get back together and stuff like that, I got over it. I was a little heartbroken, but I got over it and stuff like that. But he, like I said, was around us so much until eventually he started bringing Candace around. Now I found, and my sister met her, and my mom met her and stuff like that, and they really liked her. I was like, I felt a little betrayed. I was like, well, how you like them apples? Y'all up there talking about y'all really like the girl and everything. Now you do realize that's my ex and all that stuff, like that. But even though I said that, when I met her, I finally met her. I understood why they liked her, because she was a wonderful girl, beautiful, really nice girl and stuff. Until I started thinking she was a really nice person and stuff like that. So that was, like I said, that was 95 when I tried to, when I came back to him asking, can we be back in a relationship? Time went on, and as time went on, like I said, I had a surgery in 1997. And when I came home from the surgery, it was either the day that I had the surgery or a day after, I think. And I came home, and Steve and Candace came to visit. And we were all, him and his girlfriend and me and my mom was all sitting in the room talking. We talked for a long time, laughing and joking. So I said to him, now mind you, he said he met her in 1998. I had the surgery in 1997. And I said, can I ask you a question? He said, yeah. And, this is when we were on the phone. I said, remember that time you and Candace came over, when I had this surgery? I said, you remember that? He said, yeah, I remember that. He remembered details and all stuff. We was talking about everything, like joking about and everything. I said, can I ask you a question? And he said, yeah. I said, were y'all together then? And he was like, yeah. I said, you sure you were together? And I said, y'all were together. And he said, yeah. I said, Steve. I said, that was in 1997. I had that surgery. Like that. I said, you see what I'm saying? As he was like, he was like, no, man, Candace ain't get together till 1990. I know we didn't get together. I said, but you were saying you remember y'all together, and at that time when y'all came to visit me. I said, so you were saying y'all together, right? He was like, yeah, we were together. I said, yeah, I didn't have that. He said, you sure? Yeah. I said, I had that surgery in 1997. I have facts about that too, is why, I know all kinds. I said, so that kind of blew his mind. So that's the only thing that kind of like really threw him for a loop. Other than that, he was adamant about them not being together. I mean, that they only got together in 1998. And that's like I said before, when I was on the Facebook messaging him and stuff like that, I made a reference to Mandela effect. I tried to explain to him best way I can, but I'm not really good at doing it. I always get, I just wish I had somebody else saying it, like that, and I told him, I tried to explain the Mandela effect to him, and I was telling him how I felt like about reality and the glitches and stuff like that, and how I felt like this may be, Mandela effect. And then I talked to him about my biggest Mandela effect has always been the JFK assassination. Well, why did I say that to him? Because, and I said, do you remember? I said, you remember JFK assassination? He said, yeah, I always watch that documentary. Huh? So I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, how many people were in that? I said, you remember being in the car? And he said 4. He said it was 4. I said, and I was telling him, I said, now it's 6. He said, no, it has to be somewhere they dubbed me the video. So he said, it's always been 4. He knows that one of the JFK, did a whole bunch of documentaries on JFK, but he knows that one of the even knows the title of the documentary. He called it by the documentary out by name, by his title of his name. He said, I've watched that several times. It's 4 people in that car. I said, Steve, look it up now. It's 6 people in that car when he was assassinated. He could not believe it. He said, oh, okay, I'm going to look it up, and I'm going to get back to you and stuff like that. We talked on the phone for so long. We talked on the phone almost 2 hours and like that. By the end of the phone conversation, one thing we still didn't come to conclusion about, we still couldn't get the dates, where they matched up and everything, and he still was adamant that they were dating in 1998. He still couldn't understand why I was saying that I had the surgery in 97, and he said he was going to check online about the JFK assassination. Child, he never got back to me on that. And that was, and he never said, he said, I'm gonna call you back tomorrow. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Matter of fact, I'm gonna watch it tonight, and I'm gonna call you tomorrow. And I'm gonna, and he said, we could talk about it, and he never brought it up. He's never brought up that we stayed on the phone for 2 hours and we talked about the difference in how the relationship glitched. How I feel like they've been together like 23 years, and he's saying it was, like it was and it was just 20 years and stuff like that. No, we have a totally different perspective on it. He never came back and said anything to me about it. He never said anything to me about the JFK assassination. It's like, and not only that, he kind of distanced himself from me. Like, he still comments, and he's still my friend on Facebook. He comments on my posts like that, but he doesn't. He way less more frequently like he used to. Every time he used to make posts or laugh or jokes, or he would like hit like and make comments. Now you'll see he'll put like a like. He doesn't make comments as much and like that, and he never said anything else about it. He never mentions that conversation and never mentions the JFK assassination. So that's crazy to me. So that's why I believe that I think that's all strange, but I do believe that's another Mandela effect for me. So yeah, a relationship glitch. So that's all I have to say about that. But thanks for taking the time. And this video wound up being so long, but just thank you for taking the time to listen. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys. Bye.